I think that's filming. I hope it is. I guess I can see. Hold on, sorry. It is. Woohoo! Okay. So here we have our bag, and we are pinned on three sides. 1, 2, 3. We have our rope sticking out through the bottom. I try to make it about as even as I can. And now we're just going to have my machine threaded. Once again, I did not show you how to thread the machine because it's already on there. So here we go. All right, so there are certain ways you can start. So I always try to think, okay, if I'm going to go down, try to think of where I should start. So I'm going to start with the bag facing up. And you want to, again, tuck your rope in. You do not want to sew your rope over here on the corners. You want to start right underneath your rope. You don't want to, whoops, that's what happens when your foot's on the pedal and you're not ready. You don't want to sew the rope or you won't be able to make it bigger or smaller. So as you sew down, and once again, you want to then bring it up. You lift this little part over here, sew backwards for just a second. So as you sew, you take out your straight pins. Now you can lift it up and get it out, or you can try to get it out a little bit sooner, which is what I normally try to do. I have matched up my fabric right to the end of my presser foot. You can come in a little bit if you want to. I'm trying to make my bag as big as possible. So here comes a straight pin. Another straight pin's coming. And you can just kind of adjust. Now here we are, and we're coming up to the rope right here. So you can see this rope. We're just going to sew straight over the rope. I just wanted to make sure. Sorry, I felt the rope moving, and the reason for that is the extra rope that I had up at the top here. So I thought, oh no, did I not do something? Okay, so again, here comes the rope. So I just want to hold my fabric and I want to sew right on top of the rope. Okay, so there's also a straight pin in there. And each time you take a straight pin out, you want to lift it up if you want to take it out, and then put it back down. All right, so here's a fun little note. So right now I'm at the corner, and I don't really want to lift up my bag because I like where I am. So I'm going to put the needle down into the fabric. So once again, all I did was I dropped the needle with this with the big wheel on the right side. So I dropped the needle. I'm going to lift up the presser foot, and I'm going to turn my fabric. This way, there's not going to be any gap in the corner of my fabric because of how I just held it closed, or I just kept it at the same spot with my needle. So then we just sew down. Take out you do not want to sew over your straight pins. And these straight pins you can find, I have some, you can find them in your tomato. So there you have it, there's another straight pin. And again, if you need to lift it up, I would suggest putting your needle down in there just to hold it steady. Then you can lift it up. It just makes it a little bit easier. Try not to drop the straight pins on the floor if we can help it. I know sometimes accidents happen, but it gets a little, I don't know, scary on the floor if we have all these straight pins. So once again, we're coming to the end of the fabric on the one side, so I want to lower my needle. So again, I just drop my needle. I'm going to lift up my presser foot, and I'm going to turn my fabric. Okay, now I can put it down and think, oh, there's a little bit too much on this side that I don't want there. So I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to turn it back. And I'm going to go forward one more stitch. I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to turn it, and it's exactly where I want it to be. If your fabric, see this, my needles or my straight pins are sort of coming undone, that is a-okay. Again, I want to try to keep my ropes around the same place. So if it moves, it's okay, you could just readjust it. All right, so then you drop your presser foot again. There's a straight pin right there, so I want to go ahead and move that. Again, we're just going to sew. Here's our rope. So we're just going to sew right over the rope. And you might need to pull it from the back a little bit so you can adjust your hands. So boom, there we go. Comes another straight pin. So you see it's, and again, we are making a bag. So again, if it's not the perfect, we're not making a, if it's not the perfect square, that's okay, because we want to be able to have some extra space on the inside so that we can hold things in our bag. So here we are sewing again, just kind of hold it. My next straight pin's not for a while. So here's my next straight pin. My fabric is kind of getting a little bunchy, but it's okay, it'll all even out when it gets to the top. Okay, last straight pin's coming up. I took them out. Again, you don't want to sew your rope, so be careful when you get to the top. You want to slow it down some. And go as far as you can, but then you want to lift it up. Okay. Now, what you want to do is you want to take your hand and you want to run it along the sides. And you want to run it all the way down to the corner and along the bottom and up through the top. And the reason for that is to make sure that you didn't miss anything. That you have that you have no holes in your fabric. If you do have a hole, let's say I have a hole like right here, you're just going to go back to that one spot and sew up that one spot. So you don't have to redo or take anything out or sew it up again. So that's what you want to do. So there we have it. We've got our bag. We've sewn up all sides. Fabulous. All right, so when you're done and you've sewn up all three sides like we have, you want to go and you want to, once again, just go ahead and trim off. You can do this with one of these trimmer things. You can also do it with just a pair of scissors. So you have scissors here. Oh my goodness gracious. So you just cut off, oops, sorry you can't see me. Lucky for you, there are two sides, so you just cut off the ends. Not a big deal. So trimming your bag is the next step. So then you have your bag.